Well, howdy, 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 everybody. Teresa here. It is March 10th, 2022. It is Thursday afternoon at 5:13 p.m. So it's kind of a cold, rainy day today. I have been so cold. I don't know what's up with me. I literally was shaking so hard this morning. I could not get warm for anything. Brad came back to talk to me. I had a comforter on me. He put his robe around me and back, and then finally he went. And I love it when he'll put a comforter in the dryer and warm it up, and then put it on me. Me and the poodle knocked us out. In fact, we woke up in that same position because I was holding her, and he put that comforter around us, and I heard her sigh like she'd never experienced that before. And she stayed just cuddled up right close to my chest and kind of barreled herself down in there even more. So we finally got warm, but I still feel so darn cold today. I hope I'm not coming down with something because, and I'm not trying to complain, you guys, but I'm in so much pain that it's not even funny. My fibro is majorly acting up. So, you know, I hate days like that where, the fibro is acting up so bad that you just want to cry. I mean, when I'm walking, my feet feel like they're so swollen that they might pop open and they're not swollen like that. But that's how they feel. It feels like your heels will just split wide open. Um, and yesterday, you guys noticed I did not do a vlog yesterday because I took the day off from basically most social media. I just needed a day to recenter. I talked to you guys about depression and stuff, and uh, I need a day just to kind of recenter. And when I feel like my world is chaotic, then I don't function well, even if it's like just in my home. So I took the time out and I kind of redid my bedroom because I've got basically essentially my art studio in my bedroom. So it's a mini version, but I like it there because that's where I have a lot of my stuff and I can paint and draw whenever I want. So, but it is making enough room because I have a lot of art supplies. I mean, not like a, an extreme amount, but I have a lot of different paint. Of course, any of us that are artists, a lot of different paint, a lot of different blank canvases, ton of paintbrushes. I go through my paintbrushes, man. I'm when I paint and I'm applying one certain color or a mixture of colors, when I'm done, I don't normally clean that brush out. I used to. I just throw it in the water and I get another one, you know, because I don't like to muddy my colors. Because if you overwork your colors too much, you're just gonna kind of get a muddy effect, and I hate that. I like my colors to be, you guys have noticed, rather bright. I like to have them pop. That's just my style. But oh my, um, just give me a minute. I'm in a lot of pain today. I like to not have and that's just me. Now I've done before. I've done whole paintings with one paintbrush. Just keep cleaning that. But so anyway, I have a lot of paintbrushes because that's how I work. And um, just all your different supplies, all your different mediums, your charcoals, your graphites, if you have any paint markers, if you have any alcohol-based markers, um, any of that kind of stuff. Blending tools, plaster. The nice thing about plasters, too, if any of you guys have ever thought about working in plasters, the newer plasters are a lot more lightweight than they used to be. The downside that I find is the lighter the plaster weight, the faster it dries. So if you're going to be carving or molding that plaster like onto a canvas, you better do it quickly. You better do it very quickly, because once it really dries, to manipulate it, to carve it, because you're going to have thinner portions on a canvas than you would like if you were doing a big plaster cast. You're going to risk cracking and losing part of it. So you better get pretty much how you want it while it's still wet. And like I said, this last painting I did had all the rocks were done in plaster. I had to work fast on that. I had to work super fast, and it was drying so fast. But like I said, the beauty of it is it doesn't take near as long to set or anything like that. So, you know, it's like when I was in college, we did a series where we would pour, and I hated it, plaster and balloons, and then lay them over different things like a log or a grate. Then that plaster's going to settle. You're going to pop the balloon. You're going to have that imprint. Well, I hated it. And then you're supposed to carve over that, and this was a much heavier plaster. So, I don't know. The good thing about it was I would go outside and do it. This when I was in New Mexico, and there was this guy he was just a young kid, but we just kind of struck up a friendship, and so he would always come out there with me. With like a couple other girls. I was the oldest one in that class. I had 43 years of age, and we'd all just kind of sit around chit chat and stuff. It was nice, but so getting that set up, I had to move. I moved a set of shelving. I used this plastic shelving like right behind me. I put a set of that up, another set up on part of that L-shaped desk. And it worked out really nice. I already had a set up there, and it's the same color black. And so I put another set up there, and it fit perfectly. And so I have half of that desk is mainly storage. It's got shelves on it and stuff. I put some shelves and stuff down below too. So I have a lot more storage area. Then I took the other part of the L-shaped desk, the longer part. I've been able to clean that all the way off so it can hold 3 easels. I like my tabletop easels so it can hold 3 of them. I'm going to have to replace one though. It's an old metal one I've had since I was junior high. But so it'll hold 3 easels so I can do 3 paintings at a time. Then I have my whole rolling cart full of paints and stuff. So it'll be really nice. I did some time ago, it's on back order, but I did a few weeks ago. I ordered a 5-foot folding table for in there because we have one folding table, but it's so old that part of it's starting to warp down like this. Well, Brad still can use it because I gave him one of my biggest, heaviest duty tabletop easels, which is, huge. Now, because of the wood and weight, it would just cost you $1 bajillion. I got it Hobby Lobby when they would have them. It's like fall time, and after Christmas, they'll usually have all artist supply half off. So I picked it up then, but I don't use it because it's too heavy. I can't paint on an easel anyway because of my arms. I have to lay the painting basically down in my lap and do it. Whatever works, right? So I let him use it on that table, and that way he can still do like his rock tumbler or his drill press, his scroll saw, whatever he wants to use. So I didn't have a folding table anymore, and I picked up one. The cheapest price I found was $51 on Amazon. So, but it's been back ordered. They're saying maybe next week. I'm not complaining about it because we all know with shipping and stuff how it is, but I'll be glad when that gets in because then I can slide that right in. And I can still have like my tool wreath making stuff. I have that all in one tote, and I slide it there. I've gone to with crafts and stuff that I designate like one tote has to hold all of my tool wreath making supplies, except for not the wreath forms themselves. like my Halloween stuff for outside and stuff, one tote. I think I have two totes for the Christmas stuff. I don't really do decorations for the other holidays. I'll do just a little bit, like a Dollar Tree thing. But yeah, it felt good though because Brad was in the blue room working yesterday and he found um, some more of my homespun yarn, which is always exciting. And then he found some more of I collect horror props, and some of you guys have been with me a long time know this. And so all my beloved heads he's finding. So I'm able to have, with that additional shelf on top, I'm able to have some of my heads. I like to call them ex-husband number one, number two, number three. I only have one ex-husband, but he's the one that lives in the jar. I have a fake head in a jar, and I always say that's my ex. But yeah, I told Brad those are my boyfriends that lined up on a top shelf. I love it. People ask, don't you get creeped out? No, I don't. I have shrunken heads in my room, along with the white roses and stuff, right? I mean, you gotta balance it out, right? The lace and shrunken heads to me is just, yep, that's just the way I roll. So last night I'm sitting there and I look up. I have, it's a couple low. I have a couple lights right by where I sit on the bed, and I had the overhead light off. And I look, and one of the heads was casting this big long shadow along the ceiling, and it looked just like the giant. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm finding some more. This little dude needs to be restuffed, but like him. And this is the way he's made. He just sits right like that. I love him. I usually would put him, when you had the older TVs, I would put him on top. It looked like he was melting. So, here comes trouble.
Hi.
Hi. Did you have a good talk with your dad?
Mm-hmm. That was that other one.
Oh. She used to talk. I don't think I have batteries in her. She was kind of creepy when she did. Let's turn her off. And there is no volume control, people. I switched her up. Back up.
There it
Thank
goes.
you. Wow. So, and so her hair's all messed up, so it's been braided, right? But so I don't have any ceiling hooks, so I'll probably just set her someplace, right? I usually don't turn her on because she's kind of creepy to me. But for added character, she's cracked here. This was not how she came, but she's old. So yeah, girlfriend, it's your girlfriend, it's your girlfriend. You never wanted. That's how I roll. So don't judge me. We all collect something. This is what I collect. I haven't bought any new heads in a long time, actually. I have not bought any here. I haven't bought any. I didn't buy any new ones in Florida either.
What about that one out in the yard?
No.
With the two hands?
Oh, yeah. Okay, the zombie head.
Yeah.
I bought that after Halloween.
Okay.
Before we moved here, and I just never put it out. And then here I did. And he just lives up in the tree. And the hands are down at the base of the tree. But, usually anywhere I live, you'll find at least a head in a pot, or or you'll find, you know, something this Halloween, and so it's nice. So it's Halloween time. All I have to do is go get some of my heads out of the bedroom. That's what happened. I go get the heads out of the bedroom and we put them outside. Halloween's over. They go back where they belong. So I would love to buy some new Halloween props. A couple of my heads exploded. One head exploded. He was kind of a creepy looking dude. He kind of had He had hooks in his eyelids and on the back, and he hung up that way. I don't know. He was a weird texture of I don't know whatever he made of, and he got so dry and brittle he exploded. We're still finding parts of him everywhere. It's welcome to my house.
Yeah.
Brad has dragons and swords, and Teresa has Halloween props. And I especially like it if you can find a friendly looking Frankenstein. I love those friendly looking monsters too. And I'm a weirdo. I collect little toys, even like the hand that moves. I have some of my grandsons. They had a couple like monster figurines and stuff they didn't want. Yeah, I like the little toys. I'll have them setting up. I have a little Ren, Ren and Stimpy. I wanted him sitting by where I sit. Anything like that. But that's all I really collect is Halloween props, maybe some real small toys. I don't want any of like uh, Hello Kitty or any of that junk, you know. But I like the horror props. I like they're my friends. You never feel alone, and we're all going to be stuck at home with gas prices. We all better get used to being at home a lot more. Brad and I have not been going for drives or anything because the gas prices are so high, and it's like three. What was it last time we got gas?
It was $3.49.
$3.49. It's probably a lot higher now.
$4.09.
$4.09. That was a week, 1 week, and I know Leanne said it was like $6.10 a gallon there in California. Now where Brad's dad lives in California, which is Lone Pine, they are paying $5 a gallon. He said. I don't know when last he filled up though.
Yeah.
And my friend Kathy, I think she said gas was. I'd have to look. I think it was five something. And she said she heard a prediction that it is supposed to go up to $8 a gallon and more.
That's scary.
And I have noticed it you guys, what are we all going to do? Food prices are all going up higher and higher and higher. I was putting up a list. How I roll through is I buy the bulk of the stuff we need for a month when Brad gets his disability check. I pay the mortgage, I pay the lot rent, I pay the other bills I have to pay. Some bills get paid on the 1st, the other ones get paid on the 15th. But I will but I will buy the bulk, like I will buy enough dog food. I will buy
Charlie, okay. Charlie.
Ann. Just hang on a minute, because Brad's gonna get the squirt bottle. What is he even? So many vehicles run. I don't know what's going on. How dare people drive down the street, Charlie?
I think it was a school bus.
Yeah, no,
Oh.
I don't know. Anyway, I forgot what I was saying. Oh, I buy like all the dog food, all the dog treats. If you guys are looking for cheaper dog treats that are still good, you can go like on Amazon and get a big box, a 7-pound box of the small dog biscuits, and they're different flavors. I get the variety for. I'd have to look, but it's not very much. And a 7-pound box, even with our big dogs, will last well over a month. Now, I was playing a game that I forgot to play it. Hello. Thank you. I'll look and see. I have all this stuff earmarked. Okay. Okay. So you can get a 7-pound box of the different flavored um, dog treats, the milk bones for $12.98. And like I said, with having two big dogs and the poodle, um, and they get treats every day, that lasts them well over a month, usually about a month and a half, almost 2 months. And then what you can get too is they're called the milk bone marrow snacks, and they're they've got a hard, looks like a bone, and then it looks like marrow in the middle. Like basically, Jellybean really loves those, and so they're still getting the harder to crunch and to help clean their teeth. But then, they're getting a little bit of soft. You can buy refill packs that I'm going to show you guys. This is the best, most economical way to do this. You probably already, if you're a dog lover and you give dog treats, you probably already have some kind of container going. We do. We mix the dog treats, and so we already have a container. You can get 2 of these just refill bags of the bone marrow snacks by Milkbone, and they're 38 ounces each for $19.29, and that will last mixed with the dog bone. It'll last our dogs almost 2 months, you know. And that's part of them are in. There's a small container in the bedroom, and then the one out here. Are you gonna be okay? You look like you're gonna fall asleep. Are you gonna go out and start the Jeep? Go ahead. Okay. I can stop until you do.
Okay, I'll go.
Oh, I don't need to be supervised, dude.
No, I wasn't supervised.
Anyway, for canned dog food, we like to feed them the pedigree. We like to feed, if you feed them the ground, or some people call it the loaf, and I know you're thinking, ugh, but actually they're getting more. Because if you're feeding them the kind in the gravy, like we were, they don't get as much um, meat and stuff and vegetables in there. So we do the ground, but right now you can still get on Amazon a case of them, which is 12 of the can, and this is the standard can for 11.47. So like my dogs they will need 30 cans. We use rice, and we use one of these cans of dog, uh, and then we use some of the moist chopped crumble in there too, and we mix that all up and we split it between the 3. And plus they have dry down all the time too. They have the Prino one, um, weight control. I think it's this. Maybe it's the senior formula, maybe it's just weight control. But they all like it. So you can still get the 36 thing pouch of the chopped burger. This is what I'm talking about. I'm saying that we added that with a can of dog food and then with rice and mix it all together. And 36 of those is $16.48. I mean, prices have really increased, but that one box of that will last them over a month. Oh, I was going to show you. I researched it, and for Fancy Feast, now Angel is absolutely in love with the Fancy Feast. They're called Petites, and they're where you get. Thank you, honey.
Sweetie,
You'll be okay.
I'm gonna get wet. I might
I
melt.
know, honey. Are you gonna have to go out and get the garbage can too, or can you leave it till tomorrow since it rained?
I'll get it since I'm out there.
Okay, well please be so careful. You want to check? Do you want to get a bag to check the mail?
Yeah.
But there's one over here.
There's some in the Jeep too. So.
Oh, okay. But she absolutely loves those, and yesterday she ate. I'm gonna show you what those are because they're two single servings connected together. She ate 2 of those. She ate a half of a pouch of the tuna, and then she ate a half of a can of her other cat food. She was just a chow machine, but she is doing so much better now. She is so much happier. We know she's probably getting closer to her end of her life. I mean, her eyes are super cloudy and stuff. She has trouble seeing. She has trouble misjudging because of that. She's gotten better about having the accidents, though, since we've changed her feeding up. Um, she's not really hitting her dry at all much. But she's really putting on, you know, but she can have anything she wants. So anyway, you can get 48 of these. It'll tell you it's 24 tubs, and so there's 48 servings in here, and that's $22.98. I know you guys are like, but what are you gonna do? You make a commitment to these animals, right? So this is what it is. I'm gonna show you the front side of this. This is, it's 2 servings in one tub. If you see that breaks, they have another picture of it. This breaks apart. See right there, and you snap it. So 2 single servings, and it's the pate, um, but it's called Fancy Feast Petites, and it's pate, and she just absolutely loves it. Still, it's just a little under $1 for each one of those because there's 24 of them. They can give you 48 servings. She'll go through a whole double-sided tub in a day easily, and we let her have whatever she wants. Putting on, I want to put a little bit more weight on her. She got an awful thin where you could feel almost every vertebrae and stuff, and I know cats lose weight as they get older, but I don't want her to be hungry. I don't want anybody in my house to be hungry. Do I look like I'm somebody that wants anybody in my house to be hungry? Even if you're on a diet, then we're going to give you some healthier choices, but I don't want you to be hungry. So anyway, I just wanted to share with you guys some of the prices I'm finding. I researched this between Chewy and Walmart and Amazon. So, you know, that's what it's running for that. So, also, one of the things I found too, and I did not realize this, I get this melatonin all the time. It's in a bag, and then I just save our containers to fill up. So it's a 15 milligram melatonin, and it's right here. And it used to be $15. Now it's $18.95. Yeah, price increase, guys. But still, this is for 400 count. This lasts you a very long time. Brad and I split, and it lasts us a long time. But I did not realize it's called the Macro Ingredients Store. If you go in there, they sell all kinds of vitamins and stuff like the B12, your D3, magnesium, potassium in these bags. So save your containers and just buy at a fraction of the cost, and you will just save so much money. I get excited, guys, whenever I can find any way to um, save any money. Now they have vitamins and minerals in bags. They have superfoods. They have wellness supplements. They have sports and fitness different items. So it's like, let's see. You could get ginger if you want. Ginger is supposed to be really, really good for us diabetics. Um, and yes, I know I still have some staining around there, but I got most of it off. But anybody that really wants to spend time with me knows that and doesn't care, right? Right. But you could get like coconut milk powder, pomegranate juice powder. That might be interesting. Stevia. I might check that out. Let's see. For a bag of stevia, 8 ounces. That would be $25.95. I don't know about that. I would have to check out. I don't know anything about that. But let's see. You can get like banana powder. Let's see. Let's see what the beet. Okay, you can get diet and lifestyle, eye, energy, heart support, joint. Check that out. Sleep and relaxation. Men and women's health, your liver, immunity, energy, brain. Oh, we don't need brain. What the heck? Digestion. Let's just hop on here for joint. See what they have. Oh, they have like this flaxseed oil, organic baswala, if I'm saying that right. MSM, omegas, tart cherry powder. Not sure what we need with that. Pine pollen. Not sure what I'm going to do with that. Vitamin D3 soft gels. Let's see how many. $13.95 for 500 count. Wow, that's a great price. And this is the 10,000 IU. Wow, you can't. I'm gonna definitely be checking this place out for my supplements because holy moly. I'm not sure what vitamin K is supposed to do. Oh, Charlie Ann. This is why Charlie doesn't have any friends now. Because he's got such a big stinking mouth. Let's do vitamins and minerals. Vitamins. Let's see. Charlie, please stop. That's all I got. Vitamin A, vitamin D, K, vitamin E, vitamin B, B2, B3, niacin. Niacin, isn't it supposed to be like aspirin basically? I don't know. One of you guys don't know. B12. You're gonna get $14.95 for 180, and that's 5,000 mcg. I think that's a pretty good price. That's for your vitamins. Let's see. See what my house is like today, people? Mineral. You can get all kinds of different. You can get it in powder. You can get the magnesium in the pills. Let's see, the magnesium glycinate. See, it's $18.95 for 200 of them. It's 450 milligrams per serving. So that's not bad. They have all kinds of potassium. If you're looking for the potassium, zinc. Now I'm not too sure what zinc is supposed to do. One of you guys help me out here. Help me out, okay? So anyway, this is called the Micro Ingredient Store. They're on Amazon, and I think they are great because I don't care about your fancy packaging, okay? I just want to be able to. I have containers of the wazoo. Who doesn't? We're always throwing away the vitamin bottles, right? And pill bottles and stuff. Anybody takes a prescription medicine has a ton of these pill bottles. Now Brad saved all his, and he labeled them all either day and night, and then he does his pills in it because he takes enough now that they won't fit in a little pill thing. I don't take that many. Strangely enough, I do not take that many prescription drugs, you guys. I don't. I have some assorted like things for pain that I keep separate because I don't put them in with my normal pills. It depends on the day if I really even need them. Usually, come nighttime, I'll need something, but besides that, all I take is a statin. I take my antidepressants, which I take twice a day, and then my high blood pressure meds. And I take insulin if my numbers are high. Like today it was 107. I didn't need any insulin. I'll usually take insulin at night. But yeah, so I'm just trying to help everybody save some money. One of the things I thought of, if you live in an area, maybe you live in an apartment complex, if you get to know your neighbors and stuff, especially, us that, are not working outside the home and stuff, maybe we can carpool. Go to the grocery store on a certain day. Because I know all the prices are going to start going up like Amazon because, they ship to your house. So you're going to pay a little more, but am I really? Because if I have to pay that high of gas and I have to pay for the wear and tear on my vehicle, like our vehicle is really old. It's like before the year 2000. It's like, I think, a 1996. It's a Cherokee, a Laredo Jeep Cherokee. I can't remember. Jeep Cherokee Laredo or something. I don't know. It's got the big motor. Everybody who knows vehicles says, "Oh yeah, hang on to that one." Um, but it's getting where she needs some work done on her, more work done on her. And like her seats are coming apart, and I drove her a lot before basically I had to give her up to share her full time. Um, And most of my marriage, I've not had a vehicle, but I drove her a lot because I picked up the grandkids every day. I went all the way into town, picked up the grandkids, brought them out to my house, and stuff. But yeah, she's gone through a lot of snowstorms and stuff. So, but yeah, it was good to take yesterday off. In moving, I had to move all of my diamond painting stuff and redo it. I had to redo most of my art supplies and that. So no wonder I was up and down a lot because on those shelves and stuff, you got to stand up to put all that stuff on there. And I used my arms a lot, and I knew they were going to hurt. And it's cold out. It's freaking cold out. I don't know I'm shaking again because I'm cold now. It's 46 degrees. What the heck? But you should see the most beautiful blooms on these trees. They were called some kind of pear trees. I remember that from last year. But they all these white blooms, and it's just gorgeous. So, but that's what I did. And like I said, Brad worked a long time in the blue room. You know. Oh, it says it cannot connect our to our thermostat right now, honey.
Oh, I wonder if the internet's down.
I don't know. I don't know. You'll have to check. But that's what I did yesterday. He worked a long time in the blue room. He brought out some yarn and some horror props and stuff. I even buy like for horror prop stuff at Halloween time at Dollar Tree. Sometimes it used to be where you could get all these wonderful ceramic like haunted houses and that kind of stuff. They were small, but they were cute. I have those and like hanging shrunken heads, witches, that kind of stuff. I'll use those all year long. I'm not. I'll go cheap, and if I don't like it, and it's not decorative enough, I'll embellish it. We all got to start really conserving our money, guys, because times are going to get harder and harder and harder. And you know, one thing I want to implore to everybody, though, and this is just my opinion, so don't come after me, is I think, and this is, like I said, my opinion, yes, I think we all should have somewhat of a fuller pantry, but not go crazy. We don't want to stockpile so much that our neighbor is not able to get the things they need. Um, I feel like, I'm gonna pretty much keep the same pantry I always do. Coming from like I said, I explained to you guys, coming from Wyoming where you get snowed in and stuff, and we didn't live in Casper. We lived in a much smaller town. So, and there were no grocery store or anything in this small town. So you'd have to drive into town. So you learned, and even as a kid living in Casper, you learned to have a stockpile or decent. You wanted to have at least a couple weeks worth of food. Kind of my golden rule was to have about a month. And I shop once a month. So, and then I rotate my stuff so like even my canned goods and stuff don't go out before I use them. Because to me, you're just wasting your money. So, in stockpiling, you guys better be really careful. I know some people that do this to a much bigger degree than I do it. Actually, will write on the tops of their cans the date, which I think is a good idea. If you think your canned goods are getting close dated, dehydrate them. There's no sense wasting. You've already put the money out. Don't waste your stuff. But don't go so insane that you're out buying everything and your neighbor is not going to be able to. Because what you're doing, and again, this is just Brad and I's viewpoint, is you're setting yourself up to get robbed. If things, in the event that things would turn so horribly that supplies are not able to be given, are you ready to have to fight? Perhaps take lives to keep that stockpile because that's what's going to happen. And I wouldn't tell people that you're stockpiling large amounts because you're putting a great big red X on yourself. We don't. I keep enough that we feasibly probably could stretch it out to 2 months if we really had to.
Oh, I think so.
Now, not on like milk and stuff. And I don't even know if we have any powdered milk left. A little
we
bit.
needed just very, very little.
Now, I do usually buy powdered milk and keep some because it's good if you're out of milk anyway cooking. Or some canned milk. But if you're going insane, excuse me, and stockpiling large amounts, aren't you going to feel bad if your neighbor doesn't have any? Say they have an infant. That infant can have formula or can't breastfeed from its mother because there's not enough water. And you may say you don't care, but I do. Because even if I don't like my neighbor, I don't want anything bad to happen to them. And if they really needed, I'm going to help. And that's just the way we are. You could do us dirty, but in the event of a crisis, you come to me and you say, let's say, like, my neighbor's always letting her 3 dogs run. And it's a big issue with us. Not one where we're doing anything malice to the dogs or her, but she could come to me tomorrow and say, hey, I've got an emergency. Can you help me? And we would. Excuse me, I have a frog in my throat. I didn't invite it there. But that's just my viewpoint is you don't want to go crazy. I see a lot of people starting to really kind of panic. And I understand it. You feel like you need to buy everything right now because prices are going up so much. Um, we've changed the way we shop too. I was sharing with them that I didn't realize all those different vitamins and stuff are sold in those bags like we get the melatonin.
Oh, yeah.
It's called the micro ingredient store. And I mean, super cheap on some of these supplements. I'm gonna go that way from now on.
Oh, yeah.
When we run out of our, like let's say our B12, I'm gonna save that bottle and just buy a bag and refill it.
That makes sense.
But and that's another way, if you can type in whatever you're wanting to buy and type in refillable or refill, even in your Google search, and it will probably bring up some place. Like, I buy my makeup as refills, the mineral makeup I use, and then I already have the little containers. I don't put some in there and close it up, and it's about a sixth of the cost. So I mean, I'm not going to be a slave to makeup either because it's not like it's staying on me forever. I'm going to put it on, then I'm going to take it off. I'm going to put it on, I'm going to take it off. What sense does it make to spend that kind of money on it?
Well, you've always been the master at being able to come up with different ways to save money.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, I've had to because we always wanted me to basically stay home with the kids, and that was just our personal choice. So we had to live with one income. That's why we didn't do the vacations or the fancy vehicles or anything. But like I said, I'm not going to spend a lot of money on my makeup because it's not like it's staying on me forever. It's not a tattoo or something. So but yeah, really look at that. Type in whatever you buy, like your dog treats. Type that in and type in refill. And it may take you a while. Try Chewy. Chewy has a lot of refills, I've noticed. I think companies are starting to do that. They're not having to pay for all of the packaging. They're just putting it in a bag and sealing it. And then you get it and you put it in your container. Then we'll mix 3 or 4 different types of dog treats. And we're silly this way. We have a great big, one of those old pretzel containers. And we'll dump in a bunch and we'll shake it and stuff. And so, I don't know, it's just so exciting because we don't know what in the handful is you're going to bring out, you know.
Usually I give the little ones to Jelly because she's got the
The
littlest mouth.
they're called marrow bones. Yeah.
Yep.
And, but yeah, so we are going to have to make some changes. Like, check out if you're buying hamburger per pound. Maybe it might be cheaper to buy hamburger patties and just thaw those out and crumble them up. That's what we're doing now. That is for us right now cheaper. Buying your hindquarters instead of, having your boneless, skinless chicken thighs. Now, really check that though, because once you're paying for the skin you're throwing away and you're paying for the bones that you don't use, unless you're going to make bone broth, is it really cheaper per meat pound? So, I mean, that's one thing that you taught me was you having worked in a grocery store about meat.
Yeah.
Now, he's the meat master usually, but if you're paying per price, how much of that is bone? You think you're paying so much less, but you're really not because you're not going to eat that bone. The bone can weigh the most. So, um, just I wanted to share with you guys just a few thoughts because I know this is very scary economic times. And yeah, I find myself wanting to stock up because, oh my God, I better get this now because it's this price and next week it may be that price. Well, but we all better what we all really need to be stockpiling and being so careful with is our money. Because you could have a whole massively stockpiled house, but what if you don't have enough money to have a tank of gas to get to a doctor or to get to a hospital? What if you've spent all your money and you don't have enough money for your medication? Because it's not just food prices that are going up. Everything across the board you're seeing is like a domino effect is increasing. So I think we all better really save our money. I do. Maybe not do the expensive eating out, not do the expensive like going to the beauty salon, any of the other stuff. Maybe watch a concert on YouTube instead of driving to one, paying the motel prices, paying the insane cost of ticket prices.
Oh, Lord.
I think we're all really going to need to learn that. One of the things we like to do is go for drives. We're not doing that now because of the gas prices. So, because it is expensive. We don't go into, like, if we're going into town, we'll compile one day that we're going into town and we're also running errands and we even make sure we don't backtrack. You can save a ton of money that way. Don't just run into town to get one thing. Wait until you really need to, like, go to the doctor. We need to get the prescription. We need to get the gas. Brad might want to stop and get some chew. We might need to stop at, let's say, Harbor Freight. Maybe he needs a part for a tool. We're going to get that sandwich from Harris Teeter because we're already there getting the scripts. We're going to go to City Lake because that is on our way home and not really much of a detour. But we're going to save a ton of gas. Or, like I said, if you live around people that you know or something, maybe you guys can carpool to the store and stuff. That'll save you a lot of money because if there's 4 of you in a vehicle and say gas is even $6 and you guys are all chipping in $1.50, each per gallon, that would be a lot cheaper than you individually paying $6. You can't just sit there and shake your head, babe.
I know, but I didn't.
No, but you're sitting there just shaking your head. Please keep your eyes open. What happened to you? You went outside now. You look like you're going to fall asleep.
I took.
What did you take?
Tizanity.
Did it hit you that hard, really? I took a tramadol.
I know, but you're tougher than I am.
Yes, man. That's what's wrong with you. Stay awake, Brad.
I'm going to.
Because we did go back to sleep after he did the warm comforter and stuff. See, he knows. If he does the warm comforter, I'm out. Why didn't I ever think about that at night when I can't sleep?
I don't
know. Because maybe then I would. Usually he'll come back and talk to me for a few minutes and I get sleepy. Right? Right?
Yeah.
Or I'll start talking to you and I told you, come back and talk to me for a few minutes, you'll get sleepy.
Yep.
But anyway, I just think it's scary times. I think we all need to really think about what we're doing and how we're doing it. And, be prepared for the price of everything to go up. Like if you have a mobile groomer coming, her prices are going to go up. Even if you have a normal groomer, her prices have to go up because she's paying more for everything too. Everything that has to be shipped is going to go up because of the gas prices alone. You know, I know a lot of people are stopping now to stop driving. This was why I flayed my hair. um, Uber and like Grubhub and DoorDash and stuff because they have not increased what they're paying these drivers, and these drivers are having to pay so much more per gallon. I was watching a thing on YouTube. This one driver was talking about when he started driving, he was paying $1.99 at the most for gas, and now he's paying over $6. And he's like, I have to quit doing this because I can't afford to. I'm not making any money. It's like, I think about that now. I think about when I think maybe I used to pay a little less for a tip if we had things delivered. Now I pay a little more than I used to because I know the gas prices have gone up, you know.
Well, so many of these places, they're not having home delivery anymore because they just can't find the
Or
drivers.
they've narrowed their circle of their expansion of where they would deliver to. You know. Watch it with Walmart. I'm gonna complain about I do not do any more business with that place than I have to because you guys really watch what they're doing because even if you put you want things shipped to your house on your search, they're still going to try and get you to pick it up. I know exactly what they're doing right now. Okay, it's a smart move on their time, but if they can get you to come in and pick it up, they don't have to pay the gas prices and for the delivery. Well, that's not though. Not all of us can just spring out of our seats and go run into town. I got to run all the way in town. I got to pay all that gas too. If I wanted to pay that gas and stuff, I would have gone into your store. I don't want to go into your store. I don't like shopping that way because I can't think straight and part of that is the Asperger's stuff, but it's too chaotic around me, and I feel like I have to make a decision really fast. I only can choose from what they have on their shelves if that is even the right price, if that price is even where it's supposed to be. I can't have 3 or 4 windows open and be comparing prices to different places. Brad watched me this morning pop open 3 different sites for the pet food, and I was telling you, well, this Chewy had this price, Walmart had this price, Amazon had this price. I'm going to go with Amazon, and also because I don't want to have to buy a certain amount of stuff through Amazon or through Walmart to get the free shipping. And Chewy, I'm that way too because if I only need to get, say, the refill on the dog treats, I don't want to have to pay. I don't want to have to increase it up to $50 to get the free shipping. Now, if I'm doing a big pet food order, that's fine. But if you don't have prices consistently cheaper, like say they had their fancy feast, they had the 24 pack it was a 12 pack for 12 something. Then for this 24 pack, they wanted over $25. I'm like, okay, so it would be cheaper for me to buy your 12 pack. But then it was much cheaper. It was $22 there on Amazon. But really watch them because they do this. This is dirty what they do because you even put you want shipping and you bring it up and it's like it can only be picked up. What the F? Or they don't even give you choices. I'm going to advertise that I have a oversized camping chair. So we're looking for some of those folding oversized camping chairs. Ours were so old that they just kind of crumbled. We don't, if we go anywhere, we don't have any place to, anyway to sit. So I think, cool, like I'm $18. I'm getting all excited the other night, right? Not available for pickup. Okay, and not available for pickup, but you don't offer shipping. So why are you putting it on your website then? I mean, so what was it? Just a picture you wanted to put on your website? Out of 6 stores that it listed in our area, some of the other towns, none of them. So why is it there? You know, you're not offering that you'll ship it. You're not offering I can pick it up. You don't say it's in your store. Why is it there? But don't tell me that I can have the option to have these items shipped to my house and then move it to pickup. Because you do that and I'm going to catch it because I'm going to double check before I pay anything. And then I'm going to cancel the whole order, and that's what I do all the time anymore. I very rarely buy anything from Walmart because they make me so mad. I would rather pay an extra $1 for the same product on Amazon because I know I'm going to get it. I know it's actually going to come. And I'm not going to have to fight with them because if I buy supplements from Walmart, over half the time, that'll be back ordered over a month. And then they may decide that they just can't get it. I'm not actually buying it from Walmart. I'm buying it from somebody else. Walmart doesn't say that. So if I need my Tylenol PM and I'm waiting and I'm waiting, you know, and I have like a week before I'm out, but I'm waiting and then still nothing. So it makes me so mad that I'm just like, I do the least amount of business with Walmart as I can. So watch it with them because they're being shady. They're being really shady. They are not the friendly neighborhood store like they wanted to act like they were, you know. So anyway, now that I've gone on this little rant about saving money and how much I despise Walmart for the crap they do, right?
I thought you were perfect.
It will make me just want to turn on that head. She creeps me out though.
Which one?
The moaning. She almost sounds like it almost sounds like a very perverted moaning thing. I mean, I wouldn't want to have it around little kids. I'd go and cover their little ears. I'm like, hear this. It kind of sounds creepy like that, you guys. It sounds like you're like, oh, I need to put her in a room and close the door and let her be by herself. Because evidently, right?
Yep.
You know, the first time I turned around you, you were like, what?
Uh-huh.
So, anyway.
And I've forgotten that.
If you guys have any old Halloween props that you want to send my way, my address is below. I'll love you forever. Unless you live like really far away, then you're gonna have to figure out if the price of that head is worth the shipping price, and I get you on that. So, because insane shipping prices. You know, my friend Kathy is sending me some scrap yarn, and she boxed it up, and she took it to post office. It's going to be $58. And yeah, okay, she lives all the way in Washington State. I live all the way here, but still, that's just insanity. Her daughter was nice enough to help her put it in a smaller box and send it UPS. So, right? So,
yeah. Well,
I get a little stressed out by the finances too, people.
That's what amazes me is how much shipping has gone up in the last few years.
Yeah. Sorry. A lot of stinking pain today. I can't believe how sore I am, though. I just can't believe how sore I am lately.
That is strange.
Yeah, it's like a whole flare up for a week now. And sometimes I'll go tooling around here, no problem at all. Usually I pop out of this chair, and now I'm just like, what?
That just sounded really scary.
Did it sound like Jurassic Park, didn't it?
It did.
Yeah. I feel like that ancient dinosaur. You know, like if somebody's at your door, you're like, hang on, wait, I'm hurrying. It takes you so long to get over there. Like, wait.
Yeah, I know you've heard me do that several times.
He's like, I'm coming. I just don't move very fast. Like, right?
Yep.
Are you gonna make it?
I am.
I'm making blueberry pancakes for dinner.
I
and bacon.
I know.
Because that's what him jonesing for.
Yep.
Gotta use them blueberries, not letting them go to waste. But yeah. And think about too, you guys, this is one last pearls of wisdom from me. You can take that for what you want. But instead of buying those so expensive food barrels or buckets that have all this dehydrated food in it, freeze dried and stuff. You can dehydrate your own for a lot less. And you can buy a bucket, or else probably have a bucket. You can buy a bucket from Dollar Tree, $1.25, you know. But you could buy a bucket a lot cheaper, or just buy your Ziploc bags and label them a lot cheaper, and you control what's actually in there. So I'm just saying. Oh, I found all the garden seeds yesterday when I was going through all the painting stuff.
Where were they at?
Speaking of buckets, you buy those. There's two sites, and there's a handle there at Dollar Tree. They're in there.
Okay.
I'm not sure we're gonna use them, so I may donate them.
Nothing else. These the cloth plots, cloth. What,
honey?
The cloth.
The cloth plots.
Exactly right.
Wow.
The cloth pots that we had the tomatoes in last year.
Where are you gonna put them?
On the ground.
Asshole.
No, what I was thinking is we could put some of those flower seeds in there.
They weren't flower seeds, babe.
Well, what kind of seeds were they?
I said vegetable seeds.
Oh,
I don't know if I said vegetable seeds. They're vegetable seeds. Okay. Yeah, no, we used all the flower seeds. That's why I bought these. Okay. But they were vegetables.
Okay.
So I'm not sure. That's why I'm not sure what we were gonna do with them, and that's just too. I'm not gonna use those cloth pots because they just get too hot in the sun. They're black, and they're up against. They're not up against the trailer, but close to it. But it's right where the sun beats all day long. Yeah. There's no shade at all, and I think that's why the tomatoes didn't produce as well as I wanted them to, or the peppers. Peppers actually produce a little bit better, but tomatoes can get sunburned too. Yes, I know. Look, don't look at it. Don't look at it, Leanne. Don't look. But so I don't know. That's why I wanted to move them around back or something, or even around to the side where they wouldn't get as much sun.
This side or this side?
I was thinking about putting them over there where we're trying to keep her from taking all the parking. And now the war is on.
It's gonna be.
It's gonna be. Yeah. Our friend has moved out with his lady, I think, but her daughter's still there, and she just wants to park wherever and party with the 7 kids, but she doesn't have custody of them. Long story. I'm not gonna say all the details, but I thought about putting them over there. Keep her from parking there. Yeah. I don't think it would get any shade though. How's the sun come in?
During the.
Hi. What are you doing, Charlie?
During the day, it's going to swing around this way.
Okay, so it'd be better to have over on this side.
Well, that'll be more in direct sun.
Oh, it will? So this will be more shade? That's what I'm looking for, is where I'm getting partial sun.
Yeah.
Because the plants are getting way too hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's almost like they're baking in those pots.
Yeah, this should be a better side.
Okay. Well, I have all those 12-inch pots, too. And we have plenty of dirt.
Uh-huh. Yes, we do. We have 4 or 5 left of the unopened bags.
Yeah, and there'll be plenty. Yeah. There'll be plenty. So, the strawberries were a bust last year. I'm very disappointed. I'm where I bought them from, and I even ended up buying another set from another place, and a few of them did okay, but for the most part, I think all the roots were dead in both of them, and they just really didn't do anything. That was disappointing. I don't know whatever happened to all the peonies roots that you got. They're around here somewhere.
Oh,
did you plant them?
I thought we did.
No, did you plant them? I didn't plant
them.
Okay. The asparagus did okay, but we let it go too long. But that's okay, because this year we'll see if we can get some decent yield from that. I don't know. I'm kind of disappointed on how stuff, but I think it was just everything got too much sun. You have to be really careful on even put your plant up on your top step and stuff, because it just gets so much sun all day long. You better go out to water a couple times, but then again, do you want to be wasting water? Because That's going to go up too. If you guys are really wanting to stockpile and stuff, a lot of people are planning on doing bigger gardens, which is not a bad idea. You're at home anyway, right? So that's one thing we'll want to go through the seeds and think about if we're gonna possibly do, a little bit more, and we have all those 12-inch pots, too. So, definitely could be planting some. I would love to do some cucumbers, some tomatoes, peppers. Like I said, I want to do some canning.
Well, and then you go to the stores and you buy the potted plants there, and they're
So expensive.
bloody expensive.
I do not do well with sowing seeds. Now I can get anything to come up outside, but if I'm gonna plant it in here, it's gonna come up and then it's gonna die. So I might have to have you do it, but then his pampas grass was great.
Wow.
What about all that pampas grass, honey? It came up great, but then I don't know what happened to it.
Can't hear you.
And we had some bonsai trees that were growing pretty well. And it's not cheap buying those little cuttings, right? But then the dogs kept knocking them over, and the things are kind of fragile. They can only take so much abuse. But yeah, Brad and the
Nope, I don't need this.
because he had all these big plans about where you're gonna plant it everywhere. Remember, it's gonna be like a colorful hedge. You're not talking to me now?
Nope.
And we were kind of planning it out because we were afraid it might take over the yard.
Nope.
It looks so great. I can't even see it in the yard anymore out on the street because it's so tall and beautiful. You don't want to talk to me now, do you?
Nope.
Nope. Go away. All right. I'm going to let you guys go so I can torment him some more. That's the way it is. So we're just going to stay home tonight and just make pancakes.
Bacon.
And bacon. Yeah. Might make a few cookies. No, I don't. I'm not going to make cookies. Not if you have pancakes, because I know you cannot make too much around this boy because he will eat all of it. We'll eat from each category, and then he'll wonder why his blood sugar is up high. What?
Nothing.
Are you trying to pout?
Nope.
Do better. You look like you are constipated and trying to squeeze one out when you do that. Wow. Mm. Oh, I was looking to see what finger that was. Oh, remember when you're little and if you're going to do the bird and you just felt like it was the naughtiest thing ever and you'd flip that thing. Okay, I'm not going to do it with that finger, but you say this with the middle finger. You just kind of use. And you, I thought I'd being really mean to somebody. I'd call him a chicken noodle head. Like I've called Leanna chicken noodle head before, but not Carol. Carol might be devastated, but Leanna I call chicken noodle head. I call Brad one all the time.
Well,
That's how I win. How I win.
Yeah.
He'll call me Mrs. Grumblebuns, and I'll call him a chicken noodle head.
Grouchmeister, your official grumpy name is Grouchmeister Grumblebuns.
I can't tell you what I call him because
have to be politically correct.
That. Do I look like I'm politically correct?
I didn't know.
No, I don't give a crap about that.
Okay.
But do I look like I'm politically correct or care about that at all?
Nope.
If I'm not working in the public sector, I don't give an F. I'm me.
Well, look at.
I'm mean, and I'm me.
Look at how many times at work that I was civil to people that didn't deserve it.
I used to feel bad for them because you hate these people and you got to be nice to them and stuff. Well, you don't hate them, but you really hate to see them come in because they're not nice and it's always your fault on everything.
It was.
Coconut incense cones are not as great as the vanilla and the cinnamon. Brad, you didn't go sleep.
No.
Okay, because you're kind of sitting there nodding off.
I know. Nope, I'm going to stay awake.
Why are you looking at your watch? Do you have a date?
Nope, just you.
No, I'm not dating you.
Wow.
Why would I date you?
Wow.
Why would I date you? I already have your last name.
That was kind of mean.
No, it wasn't. I
Yep.
could do better. Right? You know I'm just messing with you.
No, you're not.
I am. So anyway, I'm gonna let you guys go. You know, and I hope you guys have a good day. And don't get too stressed out about all this going on, because I'm evidently stressed out enough for all of us. So, you know, I am rather stressed out about the climbing prices of everything like everybody else is, because they say there's no end in sight. I think it has most of us as a nation rather depressed, and I can't say I blame any of us.
No.
Like hearing your father talk on the phone, I could tell he's rather down about
Yeah.
it, because he's kind of basically stuck in the house, because that's another thing they like to do is go drive around. And the wind was howling there, and then the prices of everything, they're on fixed income.
Yep.
And I don't know how well they do financially. We don't care about that, but you know, you do wonder. I do wonder about some of these people that are on very, very fixed income.
Yeah.
What are they supposed to do? I mean, man.
Oh yeah. Some of these people that are only getting like $600-700 a month for Social Security.
Well, I think you're going to have people that are going to need to hit the food banks and stuff if they have anything. So we all need to kind of, I hope, pull together as a nation and help each other out. Um, you know, instead of just being all the just me concept. You know,
Yeah.
even if you're stockpiling and you're going, okay, I have a large family of extended members, and I'm going to help out all of my family. That's cool. That's super awesome. You know. Or maybe you have a family you formed that's not from your bloodline, but you know, of people that you really want in your life. That's kind of what we've done, and you know, we'll mix up some here, we'll take some of here.
Yep.
Here's all ingredients to make a beautiful bouquet of slop. Anyway, I have to go do some stuff and you know torment him, pet my dog, my little poodle dog. So anyway, love you guys, and I do cherish your friendship so very much. Thank you for watching this. I know some of you guys probably fell asleep to it. Some of you guys are watching it in the segment. Some of you guys are cleaning house or driving or whatever while you listen to me, and that's cool too. And I go, hey, and I say, be careful with the driving and be careful with what you're cleaning. Don't dust off the child, you know. So, you know. And I'm hoping you guys having a good day, and we're almost to the weekend, so. Well, what I always say is do something for somebody else and then do something for yourself and say bye to Brad.
Bye, Brad.
Bye, guys.